Hello, everybody. I haven't done this in a while. Since I became a podcaster, now I don't take much of those short videos, but yeah. And I'm also going to share this video on YouTube as part of me introducing myself in that platform because I am new in that platform and I'm not looking for perfection for now. I'm going to do things and introduce myself as I feel in my heart, and this is how I'm feeling today. That I should record, and I'm speaking fast because I want to go into the house. It's late, but also I'm just sitting here in my car and thinking, hey, boo, we really need to give ourselves grace. And yes, a lot of things happen that are just out of your control. You need to be offer yourself a understanding that you would offer the next person or your closest friend, or your closest family member. Just be kind to yourself because perfection sometimes just slips out of reach. It goes. So whatever plan you had on how you were going to do things, how you expected things to turn out, it goes out the window because it's life. It's like that. But I find that sometimes we're just too harsh on ourselves and we punish ourselves for things that were really not our faults, or the situation happened because it needed to show you or teach you something. So I give myself grace. I'm not perfect, far from it. And I remember, like, there's a lot of things that have happened in my life, but I think there are those big ones that you just cannot ignore. Like when I dropped out of my master's program, I was a GP, and I am actually left with, like, I think 6 months or less. I've done so much. I did all the coursework, record time. It was a 2-year program. Record time, I did all that. And then the second year was going to be my mini dissertation. I started, but then when I started collecting data, when I was doing my qualitative data, and then there was just a lot happening in my life to a point where I felt, you know what, I'm not able. I don't have the capacity right now to be focusing on this and doing it well. And my supervisor tried him. He tried. And I would blue tick him until it got to a point where I felt I needed to explain to him. I owed him an explanation. And I wrote this long email explaining what's just happening in my life. And also on top of that, it is just too damn expensive and I'm paying for myself. And my supervisor blue ticked me. I think at that point he was just tired. So I'm in a process of maybe resuscitating that thing. But we are not there. I'm just saying I was able to speak to myself, to say, Zanele, it is justifiable. You didn't drop out because you are lazy. You didn't drop out because you are just a person who just has excuses. Well, it's excuses, but I was able to tell myself and convince myself that, you know what, at this point in your life, it's something that was difficult to do while trying to also balance all these other things that are all a priority right now. So I'm not saying I'm dropping out for good, but for now, I couldn't continue, but I'm definitely gonna continue. And on top of that, I'm not gonna do another master's program. So I must finish this one quickly because now there's another one that I'm interested in, and I'm not gonna start with that one until I finish what I've started here, because this is a year where I finish what I started. Okay, it's not like I'm gonna finish it this year, but this year I took a decision that whatever I commit to, I'm going to finish. I'm going to see through. So it was one of those things. I was able to give myself grace to say, it's okay. It's okay for now. When you are able to afford it, and not only afford it in terms of monetary value, but afford it even emotionally, afford it afford it, mentally afford it, in terms of time that you have, So I'm just thinking that don't be hard on yourself. You are doing your best, and your best is good enough. Trust me, your best is good enough. The fact that you are showing up and doing certain things, you are pushing yourself out of that bed to go and do certain things to make your life better, to create a life you want for yourself, for your family. That alone is enough. That's all. That's all you need to focus on. That you're doing your best, and that's good enough. Recently, when I tell you that perfection will just go and jump through the window out and fly away when you think you've got your ducks in a row, when you think you've got your plan, and you know how things are going to happen. So I've just ventured into a new space. I am rebranding myself as a speaker, and on all these things around speaking and being speaking, emceeing, moderating, and all those things, which I'm still learning about. But and as part of the work that I am doing at my work, I was recently invited by the Department of Water and Sanitation to give a message of support for a program that we are doing with them called WESEP, as the Water and Sanitation Education Program. Now, I do my makeup, I do my hair, I'm ready with my speech, I've got a nice outfit, and then guess what? I take one shoe instead of both shoes, and I'm wearing slippers while we are driving there, thinking I'm gonna change when we get there. But because I was carrying, I think, bags and other things when I went into the car, I put the shoes on the bed and I took one and left one. How? God knows. I get there, my shoe is not in the car. We looked everywhere. We look under the seats where we know there's no way it could have gotten there. We look in the boot. I know very well I didn't open the boot, but we look everywhere. And we find that, the shoe is not there. The event, and I'm going to be sitting in front, and then I'm going to be going on stage. I have these slippers on, but anyway, I decided, calm down. There's nothing you can do. The event is taking place in Benoni. I stay in Pretoria. We drove all the way. There's no way I can come back. It's late. The event has started. I'm one of the first few speakers, so there's no way I can say I'm rushing to the shops. I don't even know Benoni. And then I decided, I'm going to use this to break the ice. And then when they call me, I run to the stage, and the first thing I say, I'm like, can I tell you a story? I came with just one shoe. Everyone laughed. And I tell them it's the weirdest thing that has ever happened. I've never left shoes. It has never happened. And it happened. I'm wearing the slippers, and I'm making a plea to all the media people, the comms, the media people, the cameras, the photographers, the videographers. I asked them to please stay away from my feet. I just said, please stay away from my feet. Oh my goodness, people loved it. They laughed. So by the time I got to my speech, I'm like, you devil, you thought you ruined my day, but actually you were giving me something to use to break their ice, to make myself comfortable, to make the audience comfortable with me, and it went so well. I was so proud of myself after that. But it is the importance of saying, this is outside of my control. There's nothing I can do now. Give yourself grace. Give yourself grace. That's all I wanted to say for now.